let's see what we have here. And if you're the type that likes an assembly video that's like fast forwarded and do little tricks to speed up the process, this video is not for you. I'm going to do none of those things. You're going to see every single step, every misstep. If you want to follow along with me, you certainly can. Might not have tools, but you might not have certain tools. So I do have this cool little flip it around doohickey, Phillips head on one side, flat tip on the other. I don't even have a knife with me. Preparation. It's for people that are not handy-ish, for people that are handy. So if you are that person, that's good. I'm proud of you. Sometimes I fly by the seat of my pants. So this is for our bathroom. My sister, she's gifting us her fancy spinning cat poop box. And to make room for it, we're getting rid of a long dresser we have along the side of our bathroom and replacing it with this to make room. So anyway, her cat, if you're worried, her cat is going to another home. So when you get these things, you really just want to find the destructions, unless you're like me and you kind of take pride in seeing if you can figure it out without the destructions, but you really kind of at least have an idea what it's supposed to look like. And another nice thing is those destructions will tell you what you're supposed to have. So it'll say you're supposed to have X number of number 5 or whatever. So they package this quite well. A little thin foam type fabricy stuff in between everything, keep it from getting scratched. I like that. So you're just getting everything out, laying it out, ripping the fabric as you go. Unless you're more careful than I. You can do it on a carpet, that's cool. It's so cool how much work they do with their machines and the factories that make these things. Whew, a little warm in here. So maybe you're getting your stuff out of the box too right now. I guess that's the idea here, right? You guys can put yours together right along with me. Plastic, look like drawer slides, maybe? I don't even remember if this came with slides. To be honest, the wife put it in the cart and she said order that. So, yes, ma'am. I like that she still has me order it though. Like I do still have like final thought. I'm like, you can click, buy now or whatever. You don't have to ask my approval. I appreciate that she does. I guess she figures if I'm going to be putting it together, I should have some kind of say. Now the last piece we put together, my eldest daughter actually put it together. She did a great job, and she only needed help at a couple of spots, so that's nice. Try to spread this stuff out a little bit so I can see everything. I'm assuming these big panels, the sides and whatnot, will probably be used first, so have those handy. A lot of pieces. Wow. Definitely not as easy as what the oldest daughter did the other day. I should have done that one and made her do this one. Alright, I think that's it. Get that out of my way. Now another thing, if you've got surface that you don't trust, you could just take these and then you can lay your stuff on it. Alright. Where are the instructions? Did I miss those somewhere? Did they not come with it? You always have that question in the back of your mind. Like, what did I not get? Aha! Behind the packaging, we have the instructions. And hopefully I have all the tools that I'll need. Let's see. So that's what it's supposed to look like. You think I should have a camera lady for this job? Maybe they could get closer. I don't know. We'll see if we need that. Alright. 1 of 26. Golly. 26 pages. Alright. Well, page 2. A bunch of warrant. And of course, everything's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 languages. Is it? No, just 2 languages. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. I hope you're using this time to look at your instructions. It says right here, please follow the instruction manuals and use a pad to avoid damage during assembly. So, carpet or something. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. Alright, so assuming we have all the pieces, you would want to run a check. I'm just going to plow through this. Hopefully. Alright, step 1. I need something labeled with a number 2. One of them. Oh my goodness. Well, that's easy. So the number 2 are these that have the legs. So they're going to be your outside of the cabinet. Alright, so I got one there. It says I'm supposed to have one of the number 2. Where's the number sticker? There it is. They hit it down here. So that's number 3. That's okay. So 3 goes across from number 2. And here is number 2. So we've got little feet sticking out there. And then you just make sure you have the groove aligned. Okay. So we've got those. And it says to lay them down. And then you're also going to need number 10 and number 7. Number 10, number 10 looks like this. And number 7, which looks very similar to number 10, but has different holes. If this is number 7, and it is. Alright, so I've got the 4 pieces on page 6. Then I need B. So let's break out our little hardware kit here. Okay. Oh, Ziploc bags. Wow, that stuck together so good you couldn't actually get it apart. I guess you could take it like that to get it apart, but anyway. Let's get this stuff out. Alright, based on the picture, it looks like those little, what are they even called? I don't know. These little doohickeys. That's not what I wanted to happen. I was afraid of it happening on this side. Alright, so you've got these little guys. And you're supposed to put one on each of these. I'm running out of room here and still in the camera space. Let's see. Alright, so on number 2, which was this one, and right here, just get that started. Make sure you're kind of going in straight. On there, one here. Looks like you skipped the center hole on the bottom. And the inside hole, they've got little lines drawn to show you where you can do the inside hole, the outside hole. Also, the other one would probably be the wrong size. And then I need another one up here, second from the top hole. So it's going to look like this. I've got here, here, and there. And then I do cheat a little bit. Now, if you're using a regular size drill, you're going to want to turn the torque weight on so you don't strip anything out. So I'm actually going to back this out so it's straight, and then drive it straight down in. And you can hear the clutch slip there. You don't want to wreck your composite board or whatever this is that you're screwing into. You don't want to strip it out, so make sure you adjust that to a low resistance. Okay, so I've got my pieces in there. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for piece number 3 here. And on the top of it, you're just going to do, again, that bottom hole that's in the corner. And then we've got the same spot as the other one. There. And there. And then the other two right here. All right. Now what? Now we're going to take our number 10. Well, this is 7, so we'll do 7. And you got that side where the backer board will go in. And put on just 1, 2, 3. Skip the middle ones, and then 4, 5, 6. Whoops, missed. Okay, so here's your number 7. And then your 10 just has 2 spots for those same pieces. And I hope you can keep up if you've got a drill, or if you're doing it by hand, you're going to have really strong wrists and hands. Good workout. So there's your number 10. Hopefully you don't have to do too much pausing and rewinding. That's the whole point of doing this, because there's a whole bunch of other people that, you know, speed through and fast forward stuff. Okay. So we are done with page 6 of 26. Page 7. Not as young as I used to be. Crawling around on the ground here and squatting is not so easy on my knees anymore. Alright. We are now looking for this piece, which looks like it might be a, nope, not a door. Oh! That's a number 4. Number 4. Looks like a pretty good sized piece. Maybe it's this one. Gotta find the number. Where are you, number? There it is, number 4. All right, so this is what number 4 looks like, just like the picture. Get this out of here. All right, number 4. Still using the same parts here, part B, and on part 4 we're going to put B. You got your slot on this side. Looks like you got a notch here, so actually I have this oriented just like the picture. So I'm going to be these 2 spots right here. And it looks like one on the back side. Yes? If it were, it would be, looks like, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put one right here. At least that's what I'm interpreting here. That's how I'm interpreting the picture, so be careful because it's got that on the other side. Step 3 we're on now, still on page 7 of 26, and we're looking for parts 11, and looks like these slides, yep, number 11, took them out of the packaging, or the tape, so you got all these little plastic slide looking things, which might not be slides, maybe they just hold little shelves maybe, we'll see. So got those, 8 of them it says, so all 8 of them get out. Trying to go too fast. I don't need to. You guys are going slow right with me. Slow down. All right. And then we'll also need E, part E, which looks like little screws. I love when they label things well. M. E. There's E, a little baggie of screws. 16 of them in there, it says. So, what are we going to do with these parts? We're going to put them on part 2, so one of the leg pieces, and part 4. Do we have part 4 out already? I don't think so. So anyway, let's find part 2 again. That was one of them with the legs. That's 3. There's 2. Alright, so we're going to take our part 2 that we used earlier, and we're going to put these little slides. And you've got little bitty holes pre-drilled for these. So we're just going to put these open end facing out, and then you've got an open end on each end of this too, and since the backer's here, I would assume we need the open end on that side. I would assume. You're not supposed to assume things. Let's look closer. Actually, it looks like the open end is facing this way. So maybe you'll slide them in before putting the backer on. Lock it in place. That makes sense. So we'll go here. For my little bitty screws, let's dump these out. At least a few of them. I got it at an angle. That's not a good idea. There we go. So again, the open end on this plastic slide is going to be facing toward this slot. And as I'm tightening this side and making sure that this is centered on this side, because there is a little bit of play in that hole. Now these are countersunk, so they should make up for most of that, but it's, you know, you want to be as close as you can. I wouldn't consider myself a perfectionist, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm not, but, you know, you still want to get close. Gotta be close enough. Good. And if you're worried, you're not sure if you're too tight on this, you're going to strip it, you can always go back to your screwdriver, and that way you can really feel when it's snug, you can stop. Alright, next one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of these we're going to put in the same way. This is probably the part where the other YouTubers would skip to the next step, because they'd say just do that. Well, you can do that while watching me. Listening to me talk too much. I talk too much, no question. I put some cool music on in the background, but then YouTube would probably have some problem with copyright or something. And I understand that. If I was a musician, I'd want somebody using my music. I'd want to get paid for that. One of my other videos, I started singing like it was a Mounds commercial jingle. Don't worry, I won't do it. I swear. I promise. If you're wondering why I didn't pick a better spot to work than the floor in my corner of my bedroom, I do have better spots, but there's crud all over them. Like, I've got a real nice workbench, and some people might call me a slob. Sometimes. And then I'll get on a cleaning kick, and it'll be all organized, and it'll be really nice for, you know, until the next project. Seems like the past, well, since we moved here, has been one long, constant set of projects. So I feel like I probably have only had everything put away like once. Anyway, alright, so this one is done. Moving on to part 4. Not that one. I mean, part 4 should look like the one we just... Wait, did I say 4? This is 4. Huh. What? What did I do? So I have this one. This is 2. This is 4. Don't act like you don't have moments like that too. Alright. There we go. Gotta flip it over, dummy. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing on this one, where you've got the little bitty holes pre-drilled. That's where they go. Open end toward the groove here. Let me see if this is easier. Just using a little lighter for sure. Does the screw hold better on this one? Yeah, it does. Or not. Another thing you can do if you're using a screwdriver, if you don't have a magnetized one, you can actually have a magnet, a decent magnet, and just rub that on there, and it'll temporarily magnetize your screwdriver. Just something to think about. Let's see. That's not too bad. You guys out there doing it by hand without a power tool? Now notice I'll go right back to my drill though. I'm not lazy, but I'm not stupid either. Not entirely, anyway. Yeah, you guys' wrists are probably getting tired doing that. Good workout, though. And I need more screws. I think that's the only thing we're using these screws for, because it said there was 16 of them. And 4 times 2 times 2 is 16. Yep. So. Bad angle you guys can't see, although you have seen it. So. Might be easier to get it started with the screwdriver and then switch to this. I don't know. Last one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. I still got some screws left over. So I guess we will use these somewhere else. It said you're going to use 16, but maybe that just meant for this step, because there's more screws than that. So I guess we'll use screw E again later. Or they just give us some extra. Okay, that one's together. Let's see, we did 4, we did 4 again with putting these slides on, we did 2 putting the slides on. So we are done with page 7 of 26. We're just cruising, aren't we? All right, page 8. Step 4, we need the little dowels. Part A, little dowels. Try not to spew them everywhere this time. There we go. And it says I just need 1 of them for this step. And then the next step says I need 5, so I guess I can get 6 out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Have those handy right here. And then I need these little cams. These are called cams, right? Part C are the cams, and it says I need 2 of those, and then 1 the next time. Look at that, I already have 3 right here. Lucky. And then I'm going back to my part 2 again, which is one of our leg pieces, or sides. Oops, I skipped. I'm sorry, I skipped. We're supposed to be on part 4. Here we go. Part 4. And part 4, step 4. Take a dowel, and we're going to put it right here, it looks like. Make sure there's... Oh, hold on. We've got the notch. Match the notch on this to the one on the picture. And it would look like this. Yep. So my camera, put the cams in and be facing me this way. So just match it up to the picture, and then I'm going to put the dowel here. And then I'm going to put our cams in. And it shows in the picture you put the cam in with the open end up. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so you put it in, and then it shows using your screwdriver to turn it. And once you turn it, there's like this little symbol, and the symbol will be on the bottom side then. I guess they just said put it in and turn it to that. You could have just put it in that way. I don't know why they show that. Anyway, now we're going to be mounting this to part 10. And part 10, we've used that before too. Here's part 10. So we put 10 on the ground. We're just matching the picture. And we're going to take this one, and we are going to, we should be able to look in here and see that the cams will accept these pins. Like so. And then I guess we'll just turn these until they bite, tighten down. Yep. Well, that was easy. Okay. So we've got step 4 is done. Cool. There's step 4. It's going to look like that. Alright. Step 5, we have number 2. Okay, now we're ready for number 2. And it says, looks like to lay this down. I'm going to make it match the picture. I'm going to orient it. I like doing that. It makes it easier to understand. And then I'm going to be looking for number 9, 2 number 9s and 1 number 6. They're these shorter pieces. So I've got a number 6, and I need 2 number 9s. There's 1, and there's 2. Alright, so I've got these 3, and 9 top bottom, and then the 6 goes in the middle. And I'm looking like, are those all dowels to hold that together? I guess it would be. It wouldn't need to be anything other than dowels. Now, some people, when they put these together, they'll put a little wood glue on the dowels. I don't do that. But it's not a bad idea. Let's see. Yeah, it says A, which is the dowels. So I'm just going to put dowels in these, okay? And then it's going to rely, it looks like, on just number 6 to be held in with a cam. And it only says 2 going in right now, so that might be important. So which way? Doesn't matter. It's the same all the way around. So I'll just choose a side to put 2 in, and I'm gonna put it in there. Now I do that, and then I notice, nope, it's the same either way. I was gonna say it step back a little bit from that, but it doesn't matter. It's the same each way. So, and then I've got my number 9 on that side, same thing. Be ready to go there, and then the number 6 uses just 1 dowel, and then it's got the cam for the other side. So and it looks like I need to have it oriented to the picture the same way. So these cams are going to face like this. If I put one of these in. Again, you put the symbol toward where that's going to come in, that pin's going to come in. Okay. And since I already have this one in, if you had it glued in, you wouldn't be able to take it out. I guess I could just take it out, but If I use my screwdriver, I can get in there. If I'm trying to use my drill, I can't. Snug, and then put in your other. And that is the end of step 5 on page 8 of 26. All right, what's next? Step number 6 on page 9 of 26, we have number 8. Got it. And number 8 is going to be mounted to that side, it looks like. So I have, and it looks like they're putting it on the side now. And that's not either yet. This is still down. So this piece is down, and you're going to take this giant piece and turn it, and you need your grooves to be on the same side. This gets done later, looks like. So we're going to have my dowels. Need more dowels. So the number 9s, you're going to put your dowels in, both. Number 6 in the middle, just the one. And then you have the pin, and the other one's going to go into it. But right here, I'll need my cam, little symbol toward the pin. And then here, let's see, it's going to be going like this, so I'm going to need to put my cams in here. So I just put this down on there, I can lock it in. So the cams need to go in there. Get twisted around here, disoriented. Make sure the open end's facing down. And a dowel right there. You can see that it's going to go right in the middle. Now I think we're set. To lower this, match this up. Get them all lined up at the same time, you know. And there we go. Okay, so they're all seated. I'm actually going to use my screwdriver on this, because again, I can't get the drill in this space. Snug this one up. Okay. And then these two we already did. And now on the other side, if I can do this. On the other side, we're going to snug these down. All right. Last thing for step 6. Step 6 is a lot. Last thing though is to put this what looks like just a decorative piece, I think. Well, I guess it gives some support, doesn't it? So we're going to tip this. I guess we wouldn't have to tip it. But we've got, keep it oriented the same way as much as I can. So we have our groove side. This is on the opposite end of the groove side. Turn it back around again so you can see, but now that I have it oriented, so we're going to put this right here, and it takes, looks like they're just asking you to put dowels in. We got our dowels in all 3 spots. I don't know how well that's going to work, because you kind of have to have both of those in, and then you're pulling. Man, I don't know if I like that. I guess I'll put it on this side so there's not as much play. Let's see if I can get it in there. Yep. There we go. And that is the end of step 6. So we're moving to page 10 of 26. Alright. And we're working on the top side, so let's turn this around so you can see. Alright, so we're on step 7, and it says we need a piece called 18 right here. And that's going to give us some support on this side, it looks like. We need a dowel. And we need to put our cam right here. Again, open end toward where the pin's going to be. Slides right in. And then tighten it down on that cam. Okay. I find it weird there's nothing really here to hold this on, but there's not. Okay. That was an easy step. I like that. Number 8, step number 8, still on page 10 of 26. We need piece 12. So we're getting down to these smaller pieces now. And piece 12 has little notches in the corners. 13, 19. Where are we? Well, there's 14s, 13. Piece 12. There's piece 12. It looks like we are coming over here. It'll be right here. I wonder if it matters if you go this way or this way. Yes, it would. You're wanting the finish end on that side, on the finish side of the front. Don't forget your cams. Again, open end toward the pin. Tighten them down. I was going to put pressure here. I don't want to put too much pressure, so I might put my leg under it for some support. On this side you've got these pieces, but on this side you don't, so you don't want to push too hard. Alright, so 12's in. Done with page 10. We're on page 11 of 26. Cruising, I think, at this point. We need piece 3, which is one of the sides, so the other side. Yep. And we need some dowels. They're both going to go right here on the other end of that bottom brace. Otherwise, it looks like it all, well, wait, hold on. It's supposed to be a dowel right here, too. The rest of them will all be cams, but I'm missing a dowel. Oh, I still got a bunch. So I'll get another one of those. And the rest of them are all cams. Let me put those in the holes first. Might make it easier. So you've got a cam. To hold this side on here. Whoop, dowel goes here too. And I just dropped a cam over there, but I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to see. Whoops, why did I put that there? I got distracted, that's why. Oh man. Come on out, dowel, there you go. There we go, dowel goes in the center one. Go. Now let's see if we could have just put these cams in whenever. With the pin already in place, we can. So that's cool. Good to know. Nothing wrong with having the cams in place beforehand though, right? So we get that good and tight down, and then snug on the cams there, and over here, and the ones in the middle. Or did I already do those? I moved on top. There we go. When you can only get one eye on things, your depth perception's lousy. All right. Alright, can we turn this thing up right now? Maybe? Yes, it says turn it upright. Now it's starting to look like something, isn't it? It's starting to look like a cabinet. Let me check my lens here if we're high enough. Come on, show me the screen. Oh yeah, we're still good. Let me tilt it up just a little. There we go. Okay. Got a little scratch over here. I'm thinking maybe that was from me, but I mean, I don't care, but my guess is I probably did that. I don't know if you can see right here, there's just a couple. I probably had it sitting on one of the pins on another piece. Anyway, so once we have it to this point, we are now on step 10, still on page 11 of 26. Got it upright, and then we're going to slide the backers into place. So here are my backers, these thin boards, and this one's called number 5. They both called number 5, all right. And I'm looking, there's no difference front or back. I'm going to put the sticker facing back. And then the 2 holes go on the top. Gently, all the way to the bottom. At the bottom, I need to jiggle that, I think, to get it to go into that groove. Maybe. There it goes, I think. And the other one. And both of them are sticking up just a little bit here. I don't know if that's intentional, though. It might be. So I'm not going to try to force anything. All right. Well, that was easy. That was an easy step 10. Flip the page. Page 12 of 26. Almost halfway there. We're looking for part number 4. It's a screw. Part number 4. Part number 4. Might as well get the rest of my dowels out. And grab my cams that ran away from me earlier. Okay. Let's see. That's not number 4. And this is where you start thinking to yourself, am I missing a part? What's in here? Oh, this is to attach it to the wall, part N. But I'm looking for part, oh, times 4, silly me. Looking for part O, there should be 4 of them, and there are right in the bag. All right, cool. Most of you, I'm sure, probably already figured that out, and we're waiting for me to catch up. I appreciate it. All right, these are gonna go in the top, back, and really? For what? What would you do? Oh, just to attach it to the support on the back. All right, that makes sense. So, let's do that. Okay. What's next? Parts F, which are the little shelf holders right here. Now it says parts F and H on here. Okay, because it's got a little plate there. So the F are the shelf holders. If I get these daggone little bags open, I tell you. All right. Sometimes things are way more difficult than they ought to be. All right, so I believe this is part H, this little plate. Save that for whatever that's for. And then part F, you have some options, don't you? This is for your adjustable shelf. So I'm going to assume for right now, and I can always change it later, that I'm going to want an even height. I can, again, change my mind later if I prefer to have top or bottom be the... I suppose you could, if you weren't sure and you wanted to wait, you could just wait to do that spot, because you can do that at any time. All right, we are moving on to page 13 of 26, halfway, and we're looking for part 17, which is the shelf. Yay me, I found that first try. Looks like, which end goes back? The notched end? Ah, notches for the legs on the side. So you're going to put it in like this, and then just let it fall right down onto the supports. Now, those little pegs, I need to push out on that the side leg a little bit so it can drop down. This one over here, give a little tap. It's not wanting to go. Come on. So what I might have to do is pull this out, maybe, question mark, and then put it in, maybe. Well, that won't work either. I don't know if you can see what I'm dealing with. So I've got this in here, the thickness of the metal. Oh, you know what you could do? You're probably supposed to have that face down. Silly me. That'll probably work a lot better, won't it? And I bet it says so, or shows in the picture to do it. Yeah, it does. It does. I wasn't observant enough. So if that happens to you, maybe that happened at the same time as you. You know, have that face down. Oh, look at that. Almost like somebody was an engineer and thought of these things. Okay. Step 14. Dowels. Again, I need 5. 3, 4, 5. We're almost out of dowels. That's okay, we're getting close. So these are going to go on the middle for the sides. And then 2 on the back. And then 1 in the middle. And then, because these are all going to be cams. And I kind of like putting the cams in first. I think that works well. Whatever works for you. Okay. Top. Time for the top. And it sticks up, remember I said, because it's got a groove. So good. Make sure it's the right part. It should be, but as I'm getting older, I'm not taking things for granted like I used to. It's part 7, and it is part 7 they're asking for. Match up the groove. Line up your pins. And push it down till it's snug. And we're just going to tighten down these cams. Awesome. Cool. It's looking pretty good already. Alright, what's left? We've got doors, of course. Or a door, right? Just one, I think? Yeah, because there's going to be sliders over here, drawers. Turn the page. 14 of 26. We have more cams to put in place. Yes? No? Oh, they're behind us. So they put those in afterwards. We already got that step done. Yep. So step 16, we're going to need the following. We're going to need part 16, which is a drawer front, looks like, and part 13. That's 19, 13, here we go. Part 13. And we're putting a drawer together, okay. So 16 goes here. 13 goes here. The drawer slide slot points out. And it just goes right in there like that. And it looks like there will be screw number M. So these longer screws, M. I'm just going to empty all those out. So we need 2 of those to put the side on here. And I'm going to do it this way. hole here. I wasn't hitting the hole. Make sure I'm actually getting it. Sometimes that's why you start it by hand. Make sure you find that hole. It is not finding it. There we go. I had to lift up slightly on it to line up. But that's correct. And then I'll get the other one. Alright. Then I need part 14 for the back. Where are you, 14? There's 14. Same type of screw for those. We'll make sure I've got my groove, the same orientation as those. Find the hole by hand. Really important to have that chuck if you're using a drill so it doesn't strip, because this particle boards strip out real easy. And then you're going to have to try to do wood glue in there or something. So I've got 3 sides on it. And I'm looking for the last, oh, no, not yet. Got to slide in the bottom. 15. The bottom of the drawer. Same all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and put the number down. I don't need to be seeing that. Not that it matters. Doesn't really matter. It's perfectly square. Looks like. Oh, a little misalignment here. And that's not my fault. That's just a slight problem with the machining. I'm going to do, dare I? Yep. To get it to lock in. There we go. Again, it still should be sticking up a little, but it was not going in there. So I just give it a little tap. And you can see I lost a little paint in the corner when I did that, but that's okay. In my opinion. It's not okay with you. I don't know. See if you can get the alignment right, or hopefully you didn't have that problem. So, because like right here, it's not perfectly level. So the pre-drill was just off a smidge. Alright, and now we're looking for the other side, which should be another number 13. Again, this faces out. Make sure you've got the groove for the bottom there. Should drop right in place, yeah. Give it a jiggle, make sure it finds that pre-drilled hole. Yeah, I definitely want to be using your hand to get these started to make sure you're not putting a hole right next to the pre-drilled hole. There we go. Well, that looks like it's a drawer. Cool. I wonder if it matters. There's a hole here on the side, and on this side it's on this toward me, and over here it's down away from me. I wonder if I missed something in the picture. So here it's showing away, and it's also showing away. Yup, this isn't supposed to. So 13 is supposed to be on the left-hand side of the drawer, and it shows 19 on this side of the drawer. So this piece is always on the left-hand side of the drawer. So it'll go there, but then your hole will be off. So whoops. At first glance, they look like it would go there, and it does fit, but there's a hole that's probably going to be used for something. My apologies if you followed along with me on that one. We didn't wreck anything though, we still have it. And we're looking for 19. 19. Here's 19. Aha! See, and now the hole will be across from the other one. So, no loss other than a couple of minutes of time and a small piece of my pride. All right. Now we have a drawer. I want to put it in. I want to see how it works here. Oh yeah. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's set that aside. And so that was step 18 actually, putting the other side on. So we've got a complete drawer. Now it looks like we're working times 4. So we've got one. We're going to do the exact same thing, hopefully learning from our mistake. We're going to put the other 3 drawers together. So we need a 13 for the left side, a 19 for the right side of the drawer, and we need a bottom, and we need the front, which was a number 16, which are pretty easy to identify by the shape. And we need our screws, which we've got right here. Cool. I think I can shut up now until I'm done building drawers. It just didn't stop. So hopefully that'll be all right. I've got it literally on the lowest setting. So there, again, there's something to be said for those of you that are doing it this way. All right. The back. We need the back. What was the back? That was number 14. I'm going to be extra gentle with this one until I get it done, because I know this one's basically acting like a threaded nail at this point. This one did the same thing. I think it's just an issue with their machining, unless I did something wrong. That hole, same as the other one, was just a little bit off. So it makes me pound it in, which, you know, messes with the top coating of the corner. But again, it's okay. Just a small imperfection there. All right. I'm sure I'm using the number 19 on this one, not the 13 again. Oh, dang it. I hate to do that because I got it started. So, right here, did you see that pop off? That little flake, this little flake of paint on that spot was keeping it from going into place. All right. Oh. Oh, this is the second time I had to undo something I did wrong. Whoops. That one also spun. Same spot too as the other one spun. For the last one, I'll try to remember to do that one by hand. All right. Well, we lost connection at some point. The camera ran out of battery. So, and then we had visitors, but that's fine. The battery needed to charge back up anyway. So I did finish putting the last couple drawers together, and I had some amazing commentary, I'm sure. Probably told some mildly entertaining jokes. I don't think you missed too much. And then I was getting ready to put this door together. So, which means we would be on page 15 of 26, putting the door together. So, we have pieces. Part H, the oval. We have some of these screws, the E times 5. And we have the hinges. Where did I put the hinges? Oh gosh. Where are you, hinges? The knob. We have the knob as well, with the screw that goes with the knob. Where did those hinges go? This is going to shut down the whole operation. I got to find these hinges. Let's see. They weren't in this. This is to tie it to the wall. I wonder if somebody grabbed them. Like, why would they do such a horrible thing? Sometimes you just got to cry to your wife. Babe, do you know where the hinges went? Where did I put those things? What's creepy? My daughter says something's creepy. Where did I put the hinges? They were up here. I could have sworn. Oh, okay. Well, I must have put them somewhere. Say hi, Mama.
Hi, Mama.
No, you're the mama. All right, we'll pause it for a second until I find these daggone. Oh, wait, here's one. Right here behind the camera. There's one. Where's the other one? Oh, no. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Looky here. I found them. Yeah, Christ. Mama says crisis averted. Yeah. So we've got the hinges, and they were item delta, D, times 2. Cool. So let's see which way they need to go on to the actual cabinet, though. Get this stuff out of the way. So we want it to be like this, right? So which way do the hinges go? Are they hidden hinges? I don't know. Let's see. If they go this way, and then that would go, yep, that's it. So the actual hinge part, where the pin is, you'll actually see that from the outside. Just barely. You'll just barely see it. So I gotta decide, do I want to put this here and then mount the door, or do I want to mount this to the door and then do that? I think I'm going to mount to the door. And I don't know if they've got a preference, so let's see what they say in the instructions here. It looks like you mounted the door first, so I was right. All right. Let's get this thing done. It's getting late here. The sun's about to go down. Earlier today I had the light off, but there was plenty of natural light. Now it's vice versa. So, but the light in here is not the brightest. So, and I don't even know if you can see that. Let's get this up here. Man, that was a heck of a dinner. My wife made ravioli. Looks like we need a little more force on our chuck here. Just a couple extra clicks to get it seat. And then we did some garlic bread. Kind of, sort of homemade. The bread wasn't homemade, but she put the garlic on it, and we threw it in the toaster oven. Solar powered, of course. I love it when we have a sunny day. We're able to power a whole bunch of... What? Do you see what I'm doing? Look at this. I don't even have the hinge on there. I'm putting the screw in the hole without the hinge being on there. Oh my goodness. Absent-minded professor. The nutty professor. Does anybody even remember those old movies? If you're much younger than me, you probably don't. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we had garlic bread, a salad. Now, I happen to like balsamic, like a balsamic vinaigrette with my salad. Very good. All right, so we got the hinges on there. Let's see. They want us to go ahead and put the... They want us to put the knob on now. Excuse me. It looks like they do. And then there's also E, that little screw to hold H. Is that a magnetic catch, do you think? Maybe? By the positioning, I would almost think it is. And there happens to be a hole right here. Of course, there's two... Wait, hold on. I bet you it goes right here. We'll see. Let's just see. Let's figure this out. All right. And it does worry me a little bit that I have 2 of these left over. Oh boy, did I miss something? No, not there. Remember, each of these drawers had a little hole there too. Is that for a stop? Well, let's just keep going. I mean, we've been following the instructions, so we can't be doing everything wrong. Let's see what we can do. All right, so knobs next, shall we say? Wouldn't hurt if we put it on out of order, but it looks like that's the next thing they want us to do. We got double packaging. The knob is in a package, inside of a package that has the screw for the knob. So, let's do this. And it's like countersunk in. That's interesting. Totally wouldn't need to be. But, let's see here. That screwed on there. Make sure you can see. Of course, sometimes I like to just hold the screwdriver and use the knob, right? That's easier sometimes. All right, and then we got to make sure we have it the right way. We're going to hold it like this. It looks like it fits that way. So I'm going to turn these. And which screws should we use? Well, if we use these long ones, there's only 3 left. So that won't work anyway. And it would go all the way through to the other side. So we're using the shorties. And I'm going to be kind of awkward here trying to stay out of the camera's way. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's see if I can just hold it in the drill. You just need one to get it to help hold it for me. Ah! Got it, baby? Nope, it's crooked. There we go. Straightened out. And I'm okay with it not being super tight, but I do want it kind of just to hold it there for me. I'm only going to put 1 up top. I'm not going to put 2 because it would put too much strain on it. I want it to be able to pivot some. I want it to be able to move until I get this locked in on the bottom. And now I can get this in finger tight because the top was doing most of the work. And with my hand here, I can kind of hold it from moving around too much. All right. So it closes, yay. And now, I tell you what, I'm going to put them in with very low torque, and then I'm going to, for the door for sure, I'm going to, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to use a screwdriver for the whole thing on these. I'm going to torque them down. The rest of them have, you know, kind of built-in redundancy with other screws, and it's held together. These drawers, for example. For these hinges, though, I really don't want to strip them because they get used. Every time you open it, you're putting strain on it. So I'm going to feel, once I feel a little resistance, I'm going to stop. I'm going to go ahead and do the top one too. And I already tested that it closed, so we're good there. Didn't need to be adjusted or anything. These are not adjustable hinges anyway, so you're really just depending that the pre-drilled holes are in the correct location. And it looks pretty good. Now, if you look close, I don't know how close you can look there. Maybe you can stop it and zoom in or something. You can see there's a little gap here, and all but the top one. And I think, remember earlier we had talked about on the first couple, and it was all of them. Every single one of these drawers on the one side, let me bring it into you, on the one side, it's not flush. See, it's not flush there. whereas on this side it is. So because the pre-drill on every single one of these was off, that's why we have this being up a little bit on the one side versus the other. It's just a little cattywampus. It doesn't bother me enough to do anything about it. If it bothers you, what you could do is come onto these drawer slides and loosen them and see if you can just push it down a little on this side to compensate. But I'm not going to. That does not bother me. I guess that's why I call myself Mr. Handy-ish. Because someone that's truly handy and took a little more pride in their work would probably say, like, they're a little more of a perfectionist, perhaps. I take pride in my work, but I draw the line at what I consider wasting time for perfection. If it works, I'm good with it. And a little beyond that, too. If it works and it won't cause damage down the line. If it works, but it will cause damage because it's wrong, I'll fix it. This, it's no big deal. To me. But somebody that's a perfectionist, I have nothing against you. I love you if you're a perfectionist. Go ahead and fix it. If that makes you feel better. Certainly would look better. I don't have time for that. All right, so the instructions now. Let's see what they say. We are done with page 15 of 26. Now what? Step 20 on page 16 of 26 says, yes, there is a magnetic latch that should go right up here, and then there's this hole here. Oh my, let's see. So our little oval piece, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's going to go here. I'll wait. The next step says part K, screws K, which were probably these, I'm assuming here. I hate to assume things. Nope. Part K are the screws in this little baggie with the magnetic catch. So we're going to take out the magnetic catch, which is part G, and we're going to take out K, the screws that go with it, right there. Then we're going to go ahead and place that right here. And because this video has been long enough, and hopefully you're using a drill, or one of those electronic screwdrivers, which is a low-power drill, let's be honest. Gosh darn. Let's see if I can get this thing placed without losing the screw and get the drill on it. Ah, my bit's not long enough. Okay. Alright, we can play that game. If you have a longer bit for your drill, that's not an issue. Of course, then you might be getting too far. You'd be up against the side, so, you know, heaven forbid you have to use a screwdriver. By the way, any of you that have been using a screwdriver the whole way and don't have a power drill, y'all are awesome. Y'all are my heroes. Hopefully you took breaks. Or you've just got like gigantic forearms. Uh-oh. I didn't think I was tightening too much, but I think I might have stripped that bottom one just now. Be careful. Be really careful. Like, this does not, these screws don't need to be set all the way down. As long as it's snug, they're going to catch. That magnet's going to work. So I think I might have just stripped that bottom screw, but it's still there. It's not moving, it's holding, and I did not strip the top one. What is that, the third screw I stripped on this job? Pretty sure. I think that's 3. One on 2 of the drawers, and then one here. So, you know, you hate to do that, but when you get in a hurry, that's why, you know, the whole point of this video is to be slow and tedious, and sometimes even when you think you are, you're not. Slow down. It's like what I tell my students in class when they're taking a quiz or a test or something. It's like, slow down, read carefully. You know, if you get going fast, you miss things. And then you look back and like, oh, that was a stupid mistake. It was probably because you were in a hurry. Like, what do you got? You got a hot date or something? Come on. And like this catch right here, I was about to keep turning. Like, whoop, no, we're just talking about taking our time. Just snug. All it's doing is being a magnetic, metallic object to hold. Hear that? It holds. Not a very powerful magnet, but it's just enough to hold that door closed. That's perfect. That's good. Oh, man. All right, so let's make sure we're done. So we did step 20. We did step 21 with that piece. Actually, it looks like they backtrack. Anyway, we are... step 22. Here we go. So now we're dealing with those holes in the drawers. Because I was wondering what those were for. Step 22. It looks like some kind of pin. It's L. It's these little white plastic pins. What are they for? I guess they're a drawer stop, I suppose, huh? So the drawers don't come out? Let's see. I'm guessing. But yeah, it says to pull the drawer out. And you put the pin in it from inside the, like, what is that supposed to do? Let's see. Let me put these in. And the problem is, watch this. It won't let it in, right? So you don't do it. You've got to, you can put them in. Okay, you put them in, but hold your finger on the other side. Basically, get them started. You get them situated, and then you slide the drawer in past where the slide is, the plastic slide, and then you push them. And now, when you pull it out, it stops the drawer. Simple solution. I love simple solutions. So pull this one. I'm not going to pull it all the way out. That way I can just shove these pins in the holes. Now, if you ever want to take the drawers out, what do you have to do? You got to get a little screwdriver or a knife or something behind there and pull these little plastic pins out so you can slide it out. It's not like one of those with the rollers that you have to pull it up and over. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but at least, you know, when you assemble furniture yourself, you get an understanding for how it works. So I have a better understanding of how this piece of furniture, however cheap you might say it is, more than an expensive piece that I have no clue how it works, which means I'm less likely to damage it because I know how to pull it apart, how to pull the drawer out if something gets behind there. One of my daughters overloads it with hair product or whatever. So that's all it is. It's just a stop. Let's see what's next. What else is there? What else could there be? Oh my gosh, it looks like it's done. All right, number 23, still on page 17 to 26. All right. It is to secure it to a wall. And I'm looking at the rest of these. All of these are about anchoring it to a wall. And of course, these last pages are there because, unfortunately, tragically, someone, a child, unfortunately, you know, the bottom one wouldn't do it. It would probably stop itself with the floor. But at some point, a child maybe climbed in here, but they climbed on one of these, and it tipped this over, and it fell on them. And maybe not this particular piece of furniture, but something larger, certainly. It's you don't like talking about that, but so if you've got kids in the house, or you could have maybe somebody visit, it's worth the time. This isn't where I'm placing this. And it's dirty in there. The wife would be mad at me if I filmed it. But this bag right here, okay, it has the hardware to put a little screw. It goes right here in the center, okay? And there's a little tab. You screw that in, and then there's like a strap. And you find a stud or something, and if you can't find a stud, it comes with, it's not clear, it's a white bag, but inside here there's a drywall anchor too, and there's instructions on how to, I know I followed you through the whole way. I apologize if you need that little piece. There's probably somebody else on the interwebs that can guide you through that, but it's worth it for sure. Get serious for a moment. I usually am not too serious. Anchor this thing to the wall. If you've got kids that might climb on this, you don't want this tipping over on them. Even if the worst didn't happen, they might still get hurt. So anyway, let's take a look at this. Now, here's another thing. Let's say you really like the decor in your bathroom or wherever you're putting this, and you don't have this chrome look. Okay, this is easy enough to replace, right? Even the hinges, you can get replacement hinges for that. And those are the only two pieces of hardware that are visible, which is kind of nice about this piece, that you could easily, it's 3 pieces of hardware. And usually the hinges come in 2 packs anyway. So you're buying 2 things, and you'd be able to modify this and make it work for whatever style hardware you have in the room it's going in. So this is what it should look like when you're done. You might have these adjusted. You got your 4 drawers. You got your magnetic catch. Show you what it looks on the other side. I definitely do not recommend lifting this from the top if you have it loaded. It can certainly support itself when empty. But if you've got it loaded and you're wanting to lift it, get somebody with you and get under this whole thing. And it's much stronger to lift it down here because it's designed to carry the weight down here. This is what your back should look like. Got my sticker there, but who cares? Nobody's going to see that. And this is one more project down that my wife will be like, thank you. Finally. Even though this has only been in the living room for 4 days, I think. I mean, some of you might be like, that's forever. Others are like, it's no big deal. For me, it's like, see what else? Can I think of anything else you might want to know? I thought it was no big deal. And I'm not a perfectionist, but this is bothering me a little bit. It is. It shouldn't. We'll see how long it takes me. Can I get over it? Or will I be trying to adjust this so it's not teetered to the side there? We'll see. Anyway, have a good one. We'll see how I like it. If you watch this and later you want me to do a review or something, see how it looks in its place once it gets there, and I'm wondering how it holds up after a certain amount of time, shoot me a comment. I absolutely will follow up with you. Have a good one.